And now to Zimbabwe, where people lined up today to vote in a historic presidential election. These are aerial images of voters waiting outside many polling stations in Harare. Turnout is high as 5.5 million people are registered to vote. There are more than 20 candidates and nearly 130 political parties. This is the first election held since Robert Mugabe was ousted last year. After months of silence, Mugabe said Sunday that he would not support his successor. He described his former party's leadership as, quote, tormentors. Shingai Nyoka from our partners at the BBC has more on this story.
Zimbabwe is bracing itself for a new beginning. Since independence from colonial rule in 1980, no election has carried such weight, so much expectation. Many here rose in the cold hours before dawn, eager to cast their ballot.
I'm declaring this polling station open at 7 o'clock.
Up to 5.7 million people are expected to vote today. So much depends on this election. This once promising Southern African nation has remained stagnant for 20 years. Many waiting in line have no jobs.
I come here to vote for my children so that they have to get jobs. This is what we want here in Zimbabwe, because I can't be a vendor. My child is a Form 6, then he's going to be a vendor also.
Since 1980, there was no freedom of speech, so I want to express that through my vote.
Today, Zimbabweans will decide their future. The two presidential frontrunners are both new to the race. Voters here are hoping that one of these men will draw the line on years of political instability and turmoil and finally turn this country around. Up above, one of the men who carries this country's hopes, Emmerson Mnangagwa, the current president, on his way to vote outside the capital. His stronghold, the rural areas, where close to 70% of voters live.
I'm happy that both the process for campaigning was peaceful. The voting today is peaceful.
This is the reception his rival received, confident the urban vote belongs to him. My colleague Fergal Keane spoke to him after he voted.
We will win this election to the extent that it's a free and fair election, particularly in the rural areas. But it's a done deal.
This election is a test for the party that has ruled this country for nearly 40 years, for the military that changed everything in November last year, and for the young, brash leader of the opposition. Whichever way this election goes, they will all need to accept the results. This country is at a crossroads. The next few days will be critical. Zimbabwe and the world will be watching.